What's going on, guys? Welcome back to We Want Picks. My name is Jacob, aka the Freckle Salamander, here to bring you my quick pick, quick, fast, and a hurry picks for UFC Orlando. But before we get started, make sure you like the video, subscribe if you are new, and if you want all our early access bets, picks, everything, analysis from me and Angela, go to WeWantPicks.com. Become a premium member. It is only $10 a month, and I promise you're going to get enough analysis to make a whole lot more than that because we have been killing it lately. Angelo's bets, my best. Tune in tomorrow night, Tuesday. Every Tuesday night, we are live. Me and Angela, we shoot the shit. We have a lot of fun on the live stream. We go live and break down the entire card together. He has his quick pick video up on Sundays. Check that out as well. I go live and I go with the fights every Saturday. Me and you watch them together. Just me and nobody else. I'm looking at you. And we make money like crazy. But let's get right into it before this video turns into an hour-long quick pick video for UFC Orlando. First fight, we have Yazmin and Istela. I'm telling you right now, Istela is a lot better than people are giving her credit for. The issue with her in this fight is she does kind of wear down as the fight goes on, and Yazmin kind of gets better as the fight goes on. Yazmin is the real deal. I kind of doubted her before her last fight, but she is so tight and technical with her striking. I have a hard time believing that Istela will find the opportunities to hurt Yazmin early, which is exactly what she's going to need to do for this fight because, Istela is a bouncy fighter, strong, striker, but Yazmin can withstand the storm, do what she needs to do, maybe find a TKO later round, second, third rounds after she finds her rhythm in this fight. So I'm going to Yazmin, confidence level from 1 to 10. I think it's about a 6, maybe even a 7. I think the odds are a little bit wide, but she should come through. Marcelo, Rojo, and Francis. Listen, Marcelo Rojo is an absolute dog. He is an absolute dog. He was one of my favorite lock of the weeks of all time. He didn't win, but I don't care. I don't hate my lock of the weeks. He tried his hardest, almost beat Charles Jourdain, was beating Charles Jourdain. This is a tough matchup for him versus Francis because this is going to be up and weight again, 145 against a guy that's such a relentless dude and a very, very good wrestler. And if there's any hole in Marcelo's game, it is in the wrestling. He can get taken down. He can get controlled. And I think that's exactly what happens in this matchup. I'm actually surprised that the odds aren't even more wide for Francis, but Marcelo Rojo coming up in weight, he's going to be undersized. The takedown should be there for Francis, but I'm telling you, Marcelo Rojo, he's a dog, and if he turns this into a brawl, he could have some real success. But I'm going with Francis, confidence level. I'm going to show some respect for Rojo here, put it about a 5. Natan, Levy versus Genaro, and this one I think is going to be fireworks if Levy does not shoot takedowns early. And just because he's shooting takedowns early doesn't mean he's going to be able to get him, but I'm telling you right now, Genaro showed out absolutely tough. He was versus Frivola. Got knocked down, what was it, 5, 6, 7 times. Still was trying to fight back. He's going to come in, throw heat, and Natan Levy is either going to have to try to shoot takedowns, keep distance with his kicks, or maybe engage as well, because Natan Levy will engage at times with the hands. He doesn't have the power that Genaro is going to have, but he does have power in his kicks, but the grappling should be there. If Genaro does not get this early stoppage, this early firefight, I see Natan Levy working in the grappling, second, third round. The other question mark is Levy's gas tank, because we saw him get tired in his last fight. When he gets tired, he doesn't quit. He doesn't really do stupid stuff. He keeps a nice, tight shell. But we'll see if this fight goes who gets less tired. But I think this is going to be an early stoppage. First round, maybe a second round. Even Levy getting the takedowns, finding a finish on the ground. Let's get into the next one. Tracy Cortez versus my girl Amanda Ribas. And I am very, very biased for Amanda. I am very biased for Amanda. I absolutely love Amanda Ribas. But I'm telling you right now, and don't tell her that I said, don't go sending this to her because hey Amanda, I love you, Amanda Ribas. But I'm saying right now, this is a bad matchup. This is a bad matchup for Amanda Ribas. Because Tracy Cortez is a wrestler, and Amanda Ribas, she defends takedowns with her judo. She wants to judo throw people to defend takedowns, and she's going to be undersized in this matchup and is not going to be able to judo throw. If she does, she could have some real success, and that's probably why she's the favorite in this matchup. But Tracy Cortez, I'm surprised that she's the underdog in this matchup, should have the wrestling to make this super, super boring. And even on the feet, Ribas isn't anything spectacular. So, you know, if Ribas ends up on top and can control her that way, she definitely can win this fight. But I think Tracy Cortez dominates this in a boring 15-minute decision. Please, Amanda, I am so sorry. I'm going Tracy Cortez. Confidence level on this one is probably about a 4 or 5 to show respect for Ribas, but I think she definitely gets it done against the undersized Amanda Ribas. Darren Elkins versus JSP, and I love Darren Elkins. Indiana boy, the damage. He will beat people that he can out-wrestle. Can't out-wrestle GSP. He cannot I mean, there might be some time. He might get a takedown or two, but GSP is so good, not only with his own takedowns, but in scrambles. Even when he take this dude down, he will scramble, end up on top positions, and this dude is a finisher when he gets on top. He's always looking for a TKO or a submission win. I love GSP in this matchup to dominate the wrestling, and he is absolutely relentless. If you want a Chimaev for the 145 division, it might be GSP. Not as talented, but just as relentless in the grappling. Give me GSP confidence level. Give me about a 7.2 against the damage. Michael Johnson versus Marc, and this should be another boring Marc Diakiese decision. I mean, he should get the takedowns, but I'm telling you right now, MJ's takedown defense is better than what people give him credit for, but if Clay Guida is getting to a single leg and taking you down, Marc can get to a single leg, much more explosive, much stronger, and get you down to the ground. And once he gets people down to the ground, you've seen he can control them as well. Just lay and pray. I think that's exactly what this is going to be. MJ is much better than his record shows, but Marc should have all the tools, the takedowns he needs to win this fight. Eventually, he's going to have to start striking people again, but this should not be a matchup where he needs to do that. The takedowns will be there. Get him to the ground. Get out of there 15 minutes. Let's move on. Guida versus Scott Holtzman, and I think this is a Guida matchup. Call me crazy. I think he can wear down Scott Holtzman the way that he wears down so many people to win those fights. I think this is a great matchup for him. There's not much more to say about a Clay Guida fight. He either comes in and wears people down and wins, or, you know, people can kind of out grapple him and control him in that way or win the striking advantages. I think he gets in tight, controls positions, get this fight to the ground, and wins a Clay Guida fight. Confidence level, I put about a 4. You know, he is a little bit older. Scott's not a young buck in his own right, but, you know, Clay Guida comes in, wears him down, Clay Guida fight. Give me a 4 on a confidence level 1 to 10. Let's move on. Angela Hill versus Emily Ducote, and I am done. I am done doubting Angela Hill. Let me say, Emily Ducote is the better fighter, but is she a much better fighter? No. What does she do spectacularly? I don't know. She's a pretty good boxer, I guess, but Angela Hill is just so tough. You can't put her away, and this just seems like the most Angela Hill matchup for her to win with toughness, pressure. The judges are going to love it. The judges love her. I'm going with Angela Hill in this. I mean, it's such a close matchup anyway. The odds reflect that. Give me the girl that has proven that she can be tough. Time in and time out. Give me Angela Hill in this matchup. Confidence level, probably only about a 3, but it should go to a decision. And with women's MMA, anything can happen with decisions. I'm going Angela Hill. Niko Price versus Phil Rowe, and I'm telling you right now, I don't understand these odds at all. Niko is a wild dude. What is he good at? Being wild, being tough. He showed some wrestling in his last match, and I guess people are assuming that Niko is going to take down Phil Rowe and control him because Phil Rowe is taken down. But if you understood the way that Phil talks, he's a slow starter. He knows how to stay safe on the ground. He can get back to his feet when he needs to. And on the feet, Phil Rowe is an absolute sniper with the hands. And Niko, for his toughness, he gets hit. And when you're getting hit against somebody like Phil Rowe, give me that 10 out of 10 times. I'm going Phil Rowe in this matchup. Confidence level 1 to 10. Give me about a 6.9 for my dude Phil Rowe against Niko Price. Eryk Anders versus Kyle Daukaus, and this is another one of those matchups where I'm looking at this on paper and I'm thinking, how does Kyle Daukaus lose this matchup? Eryk Anders, when I watch him, he looks like he's slow motion. He's in quicksand. The guy, even when he's throwing strikes, looks slow motion. On his takedown attempts, it looks slow motion. Everything looks slow motion. If Kyle Daukaus loses this matchup, he should be cut from the UFC because he shouldn't have a big threat in the on the feet. Because Eryk Anders is slow and it has power, but it's such slow power, Kyle should see it coming. And on Eryk's takedown attempts, you saw him against the Turtle. Almost every single takedown attempt, he was on his neck. The Turtle had his neck wrapped up, him being Eryk Anders. And Kyle Daukaus is known, loves those front chokes, guillotines, anacondas, darces. Everything will be there for him in this matchup. Even if he gets taken down, he can win scrambles. versus Eryk Anders. I think Kyle Daukaus can easily submit this dude with the sloppy wrestling of Eryk Anders. I love Kyle Daukaus. I know we don't like the jiu-jitsu nerds anymore. I'm the first one to make fun of people that are just pure jiu-jitsu, but this should be the perfect matchup for Kyle Daukaus. I think he gets it done. 1 to 10 confidence. I'm about a 7.4 for Kyle Daukaus against Eryk Anders. Let's see how it plays out. Jack Hermansson versus Roman Dolidze. And I'm telling you right now, I know that Roman's a popular pick. Everyone loves Roman as an underdog. I think the value is in Roman. I'm not playing Jack at 2 to 1, but there's a reason why Jack is a 2 to 1 favorite. You just saw him versus Chris Curtis. Chris Curtis is a very dangerous, a powerful, dangerous striker, and Jack had no issues being boring, keeping his space, dancing around. Jack should be able to withstand whatever takedowns Roman wants to give to him. And the big strikes of Roman, he should be able to keep his distance. He did the exact same thing his last fight versus Chris Curtis. So I understand that people love Roman. They want to chase that knockout money, but do not be surprised if Jack comes in, keeps his distance, keep this super boring, and wins a decision. So I'm saying the value is in Roman, but I would be very careful playing money line type situations on Roman. I'm going with Jack Hermansson in this because I think that's exactly what happens. He's boring for 15 minutes. Confidence level, I don't love it. I mean, it's like a 2 or a 3 because Roman is so dangerous. But give me Jack in this matchup, but the value is probably in Roman. Tai Tuivasa versus Jauregui, and I'm telling you right now, Jauregui has never, up and down the people he's faced, he has never fought somebody with the hand speed of Tai Tuivasa, and that is going to be the difference in this fight. If Jauregui comes in and thinks he's going to march down and just brawl with this dude, Tai Tuivasa, obviously he didn't watch that Gain fight, because Gain is probably the best heavyweight striker, and not only did Tai Tuivasa sit him down, but there's multiple times where Tai Tuivasa is slipping, boom, ripping, and that's against a super talented striker and kickboxer in Cyril Gane. Jauregui is much more flat-footed and slow in his approach. The second he comes with a big strike and Tai slips that thing, that next right hand is going to be on top of him before he knows what to do with that. I know that people think that Jauregui is going to come in and just steamroll this dude, but the leg kicks of Tai and the hand speed are going to give him issues. I think this is more of a 50-50 toss-up. I know the odds are what they are, but I'm going to take Tai Tuivasa. He has shown that he is an absolute dog, and when you brawl with him, you do not win brawls. His hand speed is too fast for the heavyweights of this division. He has just as much power. Give me Tai Tuivasa, bam, to get it done. Confidence level 1 to 10, probably about a 3 or a 4. I'm not super confident. I think it's a toss-up, but give me Tai in this matchup. My dude Nikolai versus Matt Schnell, and I do like Matt Schnell, man. He is absolutely tough. He's tough. He's aggressive. Those are two things that are going to be his downfall in this fight. The aggression against somebody like Nikolai. Nikolai is so technical. Now, forget about the grappling. He's going to have a grappling advantage, even though I think that's probably where Schnell's best chance is. But you talk about on the feet, the way that he's able to slip and rip. I just got done talking about it with Tai. His hand speed is unreal. And Matt Schnell coming forward is going to walk into those shots. I think Matt Schnell's really only chance in this matchup is to find a weird scramble, like against Royval. He almost had him in a weird scramble and submitted him, something like that. But Nikolai is just so well-rounded everywhere, and their odds reflect that. I know a lot of people don't like him because he can be boring, but when he is not boring, he is a powerhouse at this division, and he could be a champ one day, and I think it starts right here tonight with Matt Schnell. I love Nikolai in this matchup. 1 to 10, I'm probably about a 7.9, maybe an 8 for Nikolai. I'm a little bit biased. I do love his girlfriend as well, Luana. She is going to be a problem when she comes back. I think she'd blow her knee. Anyway, give me Nikolai in this matchup. RDA versus Brian. I'm telling you right now, RDA, you got to wrestle. Just wrestle. Colby took him down, 12 times? Jason Witt took him down 8 times. I think Leon took him down a few times. He might get back to his feet, right? But if you are wrestling this guy, you are winning the rounds because Brian is not a threat to knock you out. He knocks people out with volume. He overwhelms you. To neutralize the volume of the striking, you just take him down. Boom. And you take him down. Boom. And that is how you're going to win this fight, RDA. I think the odds are wide. I think the odds are crazy wide and super disrespectful for Brian. Yes, I sprinkle RDA in a parlay because I think he definitely has the obvious path to victory in this matchup. And Brian isn't super dangerous on the feet, just volume. Not like that one-punch power guy. It's going to flatline RDA. But I'm telling you right now, the value might be in Brian in like that decision type fight because the odds are wild. Brian has only lost to top competition, and this is top competition, but I am going to take RDA in this matchup. Confidence level 1 to 10. I still think it should be about a 7 or an 8, because the path to victory is there with the grappling. But he is, 39, 40 years old at this point. Anything can happen. Fists are flying. Give me RDA. Let's move on to the main event. Main event, Stephen Thompson versus Kevin Holland. Let me say, I love Kevin Holland. I'm a big Kevin Holland dude. I absolutely adore that guy. I know everyone thinks he's a trash talker. I think he's just a down-to-earth, real dude, and I love the way he carries himself inside and outside the octagon. With that said, I think he's a little bit overrated. Even as a striker, I think he's pretty overrated. You saw that against Cowboy Oliveira, he was getting outstruck. Against Tim Means, at times, he was getting outstruck. I think he's a pretty overrated striker. He's always going to have that one-punch power, especially down at 170, but against a pure striker and Stephen Thompson, I just see Stephen Thompson, 25 minutes, sidekick. Kevin Holland getting frustrated, trying to throw in a big strike, a little slip, a little counter off by Stephen Thompson, and it's that for 25 minutes, man, because Kevin Holland is not the most technical dude, and a lot of people are going to say his length, right? His length. Oh, his jab, his length. Doesn't really matter so much against a guy like Stephen Thompson because with his front kicks, because he keeps such good range with his kicks, and Kevin Holland doesn't use his length incredibly well. When he snipes people, he catches people on the end of his punch, which is good. But inside of exchange and stuff, I mean, that dude likes to brawl, not just stay technical with his striking. And you cannot brawl Stephen Thompson does not get into brawls. And when he does get into brawls, he's such a good striker. He is the one that comes out clean. So if this is a mostly striking matchup, I got to go with the guy that has proven time and time again that he is the better striker against most people. Both these guys are strikers. It should be a fun main event. I hope that Kevin Holland gets it done because I'm a big Kevin Holland dude. But if I got to make a pick for the main event, UFC Orlando, I'm going with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson to get it done. Confidence level 1 to 10. I actually think it's like a 5 or 6 for me. I'm probably more confident than most people, but, that has been the quick pick video. Quick, fast, and in a hurry, UFC Orlando. If you haven't already, make sure you like the video. Subscribe if you are new. And my name is Jacob, a.k.a. the Freckle Salamander, Ribas. I love you. I'm out.